Hi folks, this is Kelly with Dirigo Software, here with another video on Accident Reconstruction Professional. Today we're going to talk about the Project Manager, specifically the new build. I'm recording this as of New Year's Eve day in 2021. So if you're watching this way in the future, I'm sure things have changed since then, but the new build 700 will be released tomorrow on New Year's Day of 2022. So let's get to it. Go ahead and start AR Pro. I'm running it in the toolbar mode. That's how I run it. Usually I'm in dark mode, but for this video, I'm going to go with a light visual style. So let's go ahead and start the Project Manager. This is the new, greatly improved Project Manager for build 700 of AR Pro. The AR Pro of the new AR Pro Suite, which was released November 1st of 2021. And we're just going to go over some of the basics. We have a new Timelog function in this build, which I'm going to go over. We also have a new page where you can keep track of any documents that are relating to your case or project, any photos you want that are associated with this case or project, and some project notes. You can type as little or as much as you want, up to 2,000 characters. And this does have built-in spell checking to help you keep you from looking poorly with spelling and whatnot. Okay, as you can see, I've already got a couple of things in here that I use for testing and keeping track of all the formulas in the program, etc. But we're going to go as if you are just starting with this and you want to start a new project. You have a new case, a new project to do, so this is where you're going to start. Now when you first install AR Pro, you're going to get a little window right here, that's the startup window, that you can pick one of three buttons. You want to create a new project, you want to open an existing project, or you don't want to mess with projects, you just want to run some numbers. For that, you would pick the first button on the left. You want to create a new project, and it will open up the project manager in the add or create a new project mode. Here I'm just starting it from within the program, but we are going to add a new project. So you would click this plus button, as you can see the tooltip, create a new project in a database, and that's what we're going to do. And for this, we're going to just put video project. And this is, oh, and also the project manager automatically fills in the data from the previous project that you had open. It's just to save time. Of course, if any of this information has changed, you can change it. But this is just to help save time. When you are starting a new project, this is the only real piece of information you need, which is your project case or number. Right now that's still editable, but if you were to click up here and say post the changes, or if you select any of the other tabs, notice there's no formulas yet, that becomes locked down. You cannot edit that in any way, shape, or form after this point. And that's because this formula actually has 5 database tables associated with it. There's the information that you would type in on this tab, this tab, this tab, and the notes from this tab. Those are saved in one. The documents are saved in another. The photos are saved in another. And the formulas are all saved in their database, as well as the Timelog has its own database. And they are all connected to this one giant database through this project name or case number, whatever you want to call it. So it can't change. If you change that, you orphan all of that data. It's lost because it's no longer, this particular name no longer exists. So I protect that by, once you set that, boom, you can't click it. I'm clicking here. You can still see it, but you can't edit it. If you make a mistake with that or whatever, delete this project start over with a new project. That's first and foremost. Now you can enter as much or as little information in any of these things that you want. You see, we've got a blank slate here across the whole project. First thing you should, okay, in the order in which you should perform this is, especially if you are in the private sector, once you give it a project name, you want to start a new time log. You want to get paid for the amount of time you are working on your project. I'm sure you all have your own hourly rates or whatnot, but even if you're a cop and you want to justify the purchase of AR Pro to your command structure, you can demonstrate to them how much time having AR Pro saves you over using a calculator or an Excel spreadsheet or whatever it is that you do now when you don't have AR Pro. You can justify this. Excuse me. You can keep track of all the time that you are using on a particular case, and I do mean all time. You can keep track of having to travel, having consultation with somebody else in the AR field about a problem you're working on. You name it, you can keep track of it, and that would be a manual input. This time log also has an automatic mode where you can start a timer and you can work in AR Pro. You can work at creating a report. You can working on an animation or a CAD program. Whatever program that you use on your computer, you can keep track of the time that you use it, even if it's not in AR Pro. You would just start AR Pro and either go to or create a new log, excuse me, a new project or case, and then start your time log. Then you can go to work on your report. When you're done with your report, you can stop the timer. Okay, now you're going to go work on an animation. Start a new entry. I'm working on an animation, your start date and time. Start the timer. Go for it. Work on your animation. When you're done, stop the timer. There's also a little, you can see right there it says timer activity indicator. Click to stop timer. I set that up for convenience, and it's the quickest, easiest way to, it automatically presses the stop timer and add the entry into your database. So it's quick, easy, one click, does it all. And another thing that's good for is if you're working on anything in related to your case, and let's say you have a phone call come in. All right, you're being interrupted. Stop the timer, deal with your phone call, whatever. When you're done, come in and start a new log entry and start the timer again and continue on with your work. But you're able to keep track of everything. So we're going to do that right now. We've just started a new project. We got a new project case. Let's start a time log. All right, I'm going to be working on pre-impact for vehicle 1. You can name it anything you want, absolutely anything. And this is optional as well. Log notes, you got up to 1,000 characters here. You can just repeat this or you can leave it alone. Okay, now we're going to start the timer. Boom. Nice pretty green rotating, and there's what I was talking about before. Clicking on that will stop your log. Now let's say you want to work in AR Pro. You want to get this out of the way. Go to work in AR Pro. Let's see, let's do a minimum speed here. Skid distance, I don't know, 126 feet. And we got a 0.55 acceleration drag factor. There's our speed. There's our velocity. Let's add that to the project. Boom. Over here, there it shows up in our project. Another important thing you should do is keep some kind of notes and or footer so that you know what it is you're working on here. You know, V1, Formula 1, whatever it is you want. Add that. Notice how that's differentiated from the first one that we added because it has formula notes. So you can change this to formula 2. Add it. So now you know, or you can reasonably assume, all right, we open that up and there's our data. Quick, easy, quick, easy. And let's see, let's have a, I'm sure there's a critical speed in here somewhere. I just ran not too long ago. Right there. All right, coefficient of friction, let's go with a 0.6. Radius of, I don't know, 250 feet. And let's see, I wanted degrees for the super elevation. It's 4 degrees. Calculate that. Vehicle 1. And add that to the current project. Notice that went above all of these because this is in alphabetical order. Makes it quick and easy to find. You also have a search function up here to help you if you've got a lot of formulas. And of course this is, you can show a lot of formulas, but you can also just find it by typing in, start hit M, it's going to go to the first minimum speed or the first M that's in the list, etc., etc., etc. All right, we got a vehicle 2. That's at 0.45. And the radius for that one was only 150. And super elevation, let's go with 5 degrees. Calculate that. Add it to the project. Dum dum dum. This is how you add formulas to the project. Very quick, very easy. And I can't stress this enough. This is your vault. This is where you can keep track of everything you are doing in your project, including all your time, all the formulas you run. And again, you can also keep track of stuff that you're not doing in AR Pro. All right, so let's say we're all done. We're done. Now you can click this button from within the project manager, or as I stated before, you can just click on this. Done. Spent 3 minutes on that. And this moves over so you can keep, easily see what you're doing. These are also sizable, so you can get to something you want to look at. And you notice that when we hit the stop timer in either place, the stop date and time is automatically added. All right, let's do we can do a manual one as well. Let's do that. Create a new log entry. Phone call, oops, I can spell, I promise. Phone call with client. All right. So now we come over here, a date and a time, and let's see, current time is 12. Oops, I'm sorry, should do the right arrow for that. 03 and right arrow PM. And the stop time for that was 12 right arrow 15 PM. Add the entry. That's how you keep track of your activities related to a case that is not involving software on your computer. Automatically calculates the time difference between here, and there you are. I've also created a report, a brand new report specifically for looking at or printing your Timelog. Whatever it is you do, it will be listed here. I didn't add any project notes, but that would normally be down here. It's quick. It's easy, 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 easy. All right, and now we want to work on our report. Create a new log entry. Report work for a while, whatever. This one, you should use the automatic timer because you're not going to be working in AR Pro. So start the timer. Okay, now your timer is running. You're not working in AR Pro. go ahead and minimize AR Pro. Now we'll work on our reports. As you can see, I've already put together a report for this video. You can, if you've got math work in AR Pro, you can copy that over to a report, etc., etc., etc. Do as much or as little as you need to do. If you do get interrupted, say you've got a phone call coming in, start AR Pro, stop the timer. When you're done with the phone call, if it's work related, add a new new log entry. Add that to your log. When you're done, you can resume working on your report. So you're going to create a new log entry, resuming work on report, start the timer, let it go. I couldn't make this any easier if I had to. Again, it's for use your automatic timer for anything that you're doing on your computer. And when you're not working on your computer, you're traveling to a meeting, you're traveling to a deposition, you're traveling to court, you're in court, traveling back from court, whatever it is you can do, whatever it is you do, you can keep track of in this new Timelog. I don't know how to make it any simpler, folks. It's just simple, 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 simple. Now I do want to tell you, this will automatically, as I've said, it automatically pushes the stop timer and the add entry. If you stop the timer here, see that little star, that means it's still in edit mode. You finalize it right there. You're able to delete anything. If you look at the tooltip, view log, control plus delete to delete a log entry. You can also have this recalculate your total time, which it will do. If you need to, now this even though this looks like you can edit it, you can't. I'm typing on my keyboard right now. You can't. So what you do is you come over here and edit the current time log record for a while. Now I don't want to for a while there. Let's just do report work. Add this data. Boom. Now it's locked in again. You can also delete the current time log record here. If you create a log entry and you blow it, you blow something, make a mistake or whatever, you can cancel the edit here as well. Let me see. Another thing I had to do is if you create a new log entry, you cannot navigate anymore. You can navigate within this particular case because you might have something to do over here, but you aren't able to change the case that you're working on. Because if you do, this automatically posts. This is in edit mode right here. For this particular visual style, they have a star here. Others have different symbols or whatever. If you don't see an arrow, it's in edit mode. Usually they all have a little arrow there that says it's just a record that's listed there. It's not in edit mode. You can't change it except going through. And even this is deactivated and whatnot. You can just, hey, I made a mistake. So you get a blank record. Just delete it. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you can play around with it. If you make a mistake, you can delete it. But it's really hard to make a mistake. It really is. I've tried to make this as mistake-proof as I can. I'm sure somebody will find something that I missed. And that's okay, too. You just let me know about it, and I'll fix it. That's what I'm here to do. Another new feature, I added a direct link to your report editor. Instead of having to go through the About and Options box, you can edit your title here, your report here. You can do a test report, and you get to see what it is. You can change your fonts, etc., and immediately take a look. Nah, I don't like the way that looks, or I like the way that looks, and go from there. There's our formulas. If you want to have any documents, and this can be any type of document. I don't care what it is. It can be a an Excel spreadsheet. It can be your report. Well, actually, your report you can add up here. We can do that now. Let's see. I'm going to go to my desktop, and let's see, video report. Double click that, and there it is. And now I can open it from within here. It's easy stuff, folks. It's easy stuff. I've made this as easy as I possibly can. Really happy with the way this came out. I thought about it for a very long time. How can I make it as easy to use as possible, and mistake proof as possible? But in here you can select what it is that you're working with, and you can type it in yourself. And here you have a description item of what could be vehicle 1, it's a car, vehicle 2 is a truck, vehicle 3 is a semi, and then maybe there's a pedestrian in there, etc. The formulas, this is where you can keep track of all of your formulas that you run, but you have to add them. So say you're running a bunch of different formulas because you want to test numbers and etc. But you finally get to, well, this is the most accurate. This is the one I really want. Just click, add current formula to project, and it's going to be saved. You can also open. You can double click to open a formula. You can also, as the tooltip says, double click a formula, open it, or control plus delete. That's where you hold down the control button on your keyboard and press the delete while holding control, and it'll give you a warning. Give you, oops, I hit that by mistake. Cancel that. And you can also open all the formulas that you've run. That's quick and easy too. And let's see. Documents and phone or photos, notes over here. Rain in Spain. Let's misspell something on purpose. See the red line? That lets you know you got something wrong. Right click it. Stays mainly in the plane. And that will show up in your preview, right? You got that. With the report editor, you can turn on and off the different sections of here, and I did add right here. So if you don't want your project notes to print on your report, you can turn any section off and on, including the title section. The Timelog doesn't have its own report editor. It uses the settings that the project manager report has. All the same fonts, all of that. And that's pretty much it. It's a quick and easy way to work. Keep track of everything you do. All your formulas, all of your, we're gonna create an animation. I actually can't spell, I promise. Start your timer, go to work on your animation, and minimize AR Pro. I don't have an animation program. I don't even have a CAD program. I don't work with that stuff, but I'm sure a lot of you guys do. And you can start your animation project, start your CAD program, work on that for however long you need to. If you get interrupted again, stop the timer, restart it when you're done with the interruption. You can get back to work in peace and continue on. And that's going to do it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or contact me directly, which the AR Pro has plenty of things. You can message me. It'll bring up the our message contact page on the website. Send us a message if you need to send something's wrong and you want to show it to me and you've got a screen capture or whatever saved as a JPEG or whatever, you can add that to it. Pretty easy to get a hold of. But if you have any questions, concerns, anything you'd like to see changed or something added, there's something that you do a lot that this program doesn't do. New formulas. I have 2 formulas that customers have requested on the book. Actually, I have more than that, but two good ones that I want to get in the program right away, and I'll be doing that. And of course, anybody who has the AR Pro Suite, it's a free update. Even though the current version is technically version 16, when version 17 comes out, subscribers won't even know that it's a whole different version. They just continue on. Everybody gets all updates and upgrades for free, as long as you're subscribed. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, let me know. Thank you.